Well, first, let me say thank you all for coming, and I really appreciate you guys reporting this great news that we have to share with you today. About 8 months ago, maybe 10 months ago, eight months ago, we had a murder over at 1000 Pinegate Drive at Campus Edge. There was a young man by the name of Evan Jeffrey Gaines that was murdered in his apartment as he went to USC Upstate. Our investigative team got on the crime scene and started talking and doing what they do. And instead of, the case kind of went cold. They got a tip here and there. Instead of letting it go and hoping something would surface, they just kept pressing the issues. Well, I'm proud to tell you there's been 5 people arrested and charged with this young man's murder. All of them are in custody. They are from Columbia. I'll read you the names in just a second, but really wanted to tell you the cooperation between USC Upstate, Colleton County, Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office, and the Richland County Sheriff's Department made this case very solid. They used some techniques where they used some cell phone records and some other things that they were able to put together, and the one young man was charged. Let's see who it was. The one young man was charged. Mr. Cooley was originally charged with accessory after the fact, but as the subsequent investigation kept coming and more things were revealed, he was charged with murder. So the 5 people are Darrell Wayne Cooley and Rodriguez Contavious Marshall, Antonio K. Marshall, and a Canaan Keeson Gregory Griffin, Douglas Alexander Wright Jr., no kin, by the way. All of them are from Columbia. We're really sorry that this happened anywhere, much less up here. But I'm really proud of the team for just keep pressing the issue, and good cooperation and good old-fashioned, hard work put this case where it is. So I'm proud to tell you that we got 5 people charged with the murder of Mr. Gaines, and we just need to continue to pray for Mr. Gaines' family. This has got to be tough. It's got to be real tough. I'm not so sure what the reasons were and what the motives are. We had some things said to us about what this Mr. Gaines might have been doing in his room, but that whatever he was doing doesn't give anybody a right to take this young man's life. So I have Clay Peterson. He's the chief of USC Upstate, and Clay, if you want to say something, you're more than welcome to.
Thank you, Chuck. As the Sheriff said, my name is Clay Peterson. I'm the Chief of Police at USC Upstate. And on behalf of Chancellor Brendan Kelly, my police department, and the entire Upstate community, we want to thank Sheriff Wright and his outstanding investigative team that has led to the arrest of these people. Our community has mourned for the last 8 months at the death of Evan. He was a member of our community, and he has not been forgotten. And our students, as well as our faculty and staff, have been anxious to see those that are accountable held accountable, and they will be pleased to know that this great work from the Sheriff's Department has come to that conclusion. It's not going to bring back Evan, but it will bring him justice, and we're just grateful for the partnership that we have with the Sheriff's Department and the great team that they have to pursue and keep working these cases to conclusion. Thank you.
Yeah, I will try to answer questions if I may. Yes, ma'am.
Can you sort of walk us through how, did these people come from Columbia to do this?
Yes, they did. This Mr. Gaines was from that area originally, and he moved up here to go to school.
And so they drove up that day, that night, to commit this crime?
I'm not sure on if they came up the day before or that night that it happened, but they were all up here together, probably riding together, I'm sure of it. So.
And the crime was committed in the apartment?
Yes.
Did the suspect and the victim know each other?
Yes, they did. They were familiar with one another. Yes, they were.
We initially reported that we weren't releasing where his body was found for investigative considerations. Where exactly was his body found inside the apartment?
I don't know. I didn't go out there because a lot of times when I go out there, I get in the way. I let the investigative team do exactly what they do. So, but I can probably get you that if it's if it's not gonna compromise the case, I will put it in the press release, and it's no big deal. But if it does, that'll be the reason why it's withheld, okay? All right?
I have one question for,
The
Yes.
chief?
we know that, Evan was just a couple weeks away from graduation. Just talk a little bit about his potential, and how his life was cut so short and the tragedy of that.
It really is a future unfulfilled. He was very close to graduation, and the university did award him a degree posthumously to recognize all of the accomplishment and work he had done in the time he had spent at USC Upstate. And he wasn't a student that was uninvolved with our university. He was part of our university, involved in many activities, academic and otherwise. And he was known by many and is known as a really good person, and was missed by many.
Specifically with this investigation, obviously it happened at an off-campus like apartment complex. And I know that like initially there was not a lot of information released about it. And I mean, I talked to a few people there, and you know, they were concerned. Is that normal, or you know, why was it handled that way?
You talking about the less releasing of the information?
Yeah, because I mean, you know, initially there's a murder that happened, and then, you know, no one's been caught, and it's been several months, and was that alarming, you know, and I guess for my question to you is, was that alarming for any of the students that lived in that area, and, you know, why was it handled that specific way?
I can't answer for the chief, but I'm sure that the younger people that go to college over there, all of them were kind of nervous about what had happened because we didn't know who did it. You know, we didn't feel like that the community was in any immediate danger, or you know, I would have said it. But that's the reason why these investigators should be praised so much, because they just kept working it. You know, all these people were out of town. It's not like we could go drive around and talk to them or see them every day and hear things about them. You know, they had to just keep pressing the issue, and when they did, things come back in our favor, so we were able to sign the warrants on them.
Sheriff, you mentioned the collaboration with Richland County. Was there a specific tip that led you to finding these five?
They did some investigations on cell phone records and those kind of things, and some other corroborating information. Yeah, there's some things I just can't give you because they hadn't went to trial yet, and I want to make sure that some of that stays close to the vest. But it was just good, hard, old-fashioned. Here's what I got at work, and when we started questioning, you know, they started talking. So.
Were the 5 people arrested around the same age as Evan?
Yeah, they all seem to be real close in age, but let me give you some date of birth. Mr. Cooley was born he was born 2/12/96. Mr. Rodriguez was in 99. Mr. Marshall was in 94. And Mr. Griffin was in 98. And Mr. Wright was in 1995, so they were all pretty close to the same age.
And are two with the last name Marshall, are they related?
I think they're brothers, yes.
Okay. And will you be releasing their?
Yeah, I'll be releasing a better mugshot than what we pulled off the DMV photo as soon as they get done with that. And then one of our PIs will get it out to you for sure. So.
In recent memory, is this the first, like, on or near campus murder or homicide that y'all?
I don't remember any more, do you? I mean, I just don't remember.
I don't either. See, I've been the chief almost 13 years, and in the time I've been there, there's never been one.
And has the family been alerted?
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah.
about this?
Yeah, they were notified before we called you guys.
Was there a reaction? I mean, are they?
Yeah, I'm with the chief. It doesn't bring this young man back. It doesn't make everything okay. It just is another kind of get it off of your mind and your chest thing so they can start the healing process at this point. You know, this family will never be the same. Hey, the family of the suspects won't never be the same either. You know, there's a bunch of lives ruined here, not just the one, but obviously, you know, Mr. Gaines, they can't go visit him anymore. You know, that's a terrible thing. You know, my message to the young people, gosh, if somebody makes you mad, whatever happened, just don't mess with them again. You know, just don't fool with them anymore. I mean, it's not worth giving your life up and certainly taking a life for it. So, hey, listen, I appreciate you guys coming out, and if any more information comes out that's newsworthy, I'll certainly send it to you, okay? I appreciate you. Thank you.